So for decommissioning a system properly, you know, you're going to work on a system that's been live and running. You want to make sure you're going to do it safely, right? So the first thing you do is you isolate all of your power sources. So in order to do that, you have to understand what they are, right? So here on this particular site, we've got a generator. We know that's off, not providing any power. You might also have the grid. If you're a grid-tied system, make sure that's off. We have a PV array on the roof, right? It's a sunny day. We can still get voltage from that. So we've isolated that by turning those breakers off here. So we know that there's no power source coming to our charge controller or to the batteries from the PV array. And we know there's no grid or generator power coming in from this side. So the last, probably most important and most dangerous thing we have here is the batteries themselves. So batteries are live by nature. There's no on-off switch per se in the battery itself. So the only way for us to really de-energize the battery from the rest of the system is to physically lift, right, the cable connecting to the last battery in the system. Now, in reality, this is a circuit, and just like any circuit, right, you could break the circuit anywhere. So it seems logical that I could pull the positive here or the negative because that's what's going back to the inverter. But if you really wanted to geek out, you could lift it in the middle too. Right? You could lift any one of these and it would break the circuit. But even if I took all these cables off, the battery terminals are still live, right? and if you've been around long enough, you've heard the stories, and hopefully haven't made the story yourself. But this is a really dangerous tool around batteries, right? I've taped it up here to insulate it as best as I can. But they make professionally like insulated tools up to 1,000 volt rated, super nice tools. But if we were to drop this tool without insulation across any one of these terminals, we essentially got a small volcano here. A small battery bomb would go off. It would instantaneously arc weld this metal tool to the terminal post. So it's not a pretty sight.
You want to be conscientious.
Very conscious.
Tape tools is smart too.
So we're just adding, tape, and we're going to do it nice and slow and methodically, and get these batteries out of here before we put in our arms.
Right on. And I think, but it's probably important to mention too, because these are sealed batteries. We're not worried about splashing electrolyte in our eyes or something like that. But if you're working with flooded lead acid batteries, or the type where you would add electrolyte, it's really a requirement to wear eye protection at a minimum, rubber gloves, that sort of thing would be smart too. So
yeah. In fact, you want to wear your holy clothes too, because it might get more holy.
Correct. From the acid.
Yeah, from the inevitable amount of small amounts of acid that are going to be on a flooded battery.
But right.
Yeah, great point.
You want to unbolt and I'll lug?
Sure.
I'll lift. All right.
Sounds great. So I'm just breaking these loose, and aside from the tool being a danger, let me pull one of these out and I'll show you. But these jumpers are doing their job right now because they're connecting one battery to the next the way that we want them to. But as soon as you take this jumper out, it actually becomes a danger as well. Right? So you can imagine, as I take this nice made jumper off, if I wasn't careful doing this, and some people start to get careless, they think, oh, I've turned it off, things aren't live. If I were to drop this back on and short a battery, I would get the same result as my wrench, right? Because this is a brake conductor, that's what it's supposed to be doing. So likewise, I'm not going to set it up here because I don't want it to fall back in to my battery bank. So just be really conscious that these batteries seem innocuous. They seem like they're not going to hurt you, but by the time you realize how badly they can hurt you, it's probably too late. Alright, we'll keep track of this hardware too. Put it right back on. Any questions? No questions. In fact, if we, since you're still recording, it looks like, in our SEI classes, Solar Energy International, we have like pieces of cardboard that we'll lay out across the other parts of the battery that we're not working on. so that just in case somebody fumbles at any point, we have the minimum amount of exposed sort of live parts. So that would also be a good idea, to create some sort of insulated barrier to these guys. These are in great condition. Whoever put these terminals on, he must have used some anti-seize.
Thank you very much.
Right. Sometimes these batteries don't come apart as smoothly as you'd like them to. Should we try to get one of these out of here?
Yeah.
The inaugural lift. First one will be a little more challenging, but the rest will get easier as we go.
Yeah.